Okay, just a couple of points before I start. Just to let you know, in case you're wondering, I'm not actually up for the student prize. And the second thing is, if I go over time, I'm been going by that clock up there. Okay, so I'm pretty glad. I don't think there's anybody here from our studio, because the buzzword for them for the last year or so has been reproducibility. And that's not what I'm going to do. But that's obviously a great thing. It's like daily exercise and being on a vegetarian diet. But every now and again, you want one of these. This is what this is. So what I'm going to try and show you is how to go from some figures in a spreadsheet or a table on a web page to produce a graph in a few minutes. It was going to be 10, but, you know, time presses. So what's the point of doing this? Well, you can do just a quick look for yourself. Only takes 5 minutes. Why not? It might get some students interested in R rather than talking about functions and showing them curly brackets. You can just copy and paste something into a bit of code and then produce a chart. Or maybe you're working and you've got a boss who's a bit like, where's the pictures? I didn't have it, sorry. This would have been fun. There's going to be a couple more of these, so I'm going to have to jump over those. Anyway, this is the R to the rescue session. And what we're going to need is the Bible, Tidyverse, Plotly, which has already been used. It's an ROpenSci package if you don't know about it. It's a great graphics one, lots of graphs, charts. You can zoom, pan, easy to make hoverovers. It's like ggplot on steroids. And then this final one, which is the fun one, which not quite sure how it's pronounced. You guys go data, I say data. I think the guy who does it says pasta. The giveaway is one of his functions is called tortellini. But it's also paster because you're pasting the data. So I'm going to call it datapasta anyway. And what you do is you need these installed. And when you install datapasta, it actually adds its functions to the add-ins in RStudio. So it makes it very easy to use. Okay, it's time for a demo. I should have put more stuff up. I should have checked this. But on the Economy on South Africa wiki page, which is a quick way to find a chart, there's a chart which shows the relative income by ethnic group over years, and it'll come up when I show you the code, if that's coming up. Here we go. So what you do is copy the title of that table and then copy the actual table, just like you would a copy and paste. You've got your libraries, you paste the title, and then you, against the DF and the assignment sign, you just put your cursor, go up to the add-ins, click the paste data table, data frame, and you get that. And then this is the result. So that looks very much like what you'd actually see on the Wikipedia page. So that's good, but it's a couple of things are wrong with it. One, it's got white 100 everywhere, which is completely redundant. And secondly, you've got the columns in a wide format and you want them in a narrow one. So the way to do that is to use part of the Tidyverse, Tidier package. You select out the white with a minus sign. You gather the other columns together, except for the year one, into a race column, and the values you've put in there are the index. And that would be the result. That's the top head, the head of it. Okay, and then you come on and can plot the results, which doesn't look like it's there, which is a real shame. I should have checked this before we came on. But I'm happy to show you one afterwards. But what you do is plot, use Plotly, which is the function for actually creating a plot. You put in the X and Y terms, the year and the index, and the colour will be erased. So what it shows when you've added the lines and the layout is that although there's been some improvement, the white index of white pays still exceeds particularly blacks, but coloured and Asians are coloured and what's the other grouping? They're in between, and the data actually only goes up to 2007, so I'm sure President Zuma had a big effect on that subsequently. Okay, so I'm sorry I'm missing some of the charts, the graphics, but it's all up on there on the slides I've got, and there's a GitHub for datapasta. Plotly's got an online book, and obviously the Tidyverse has got its own website. Okay, thanks very much.